Alright guys, we got a Mr. Buddy heater, I think it's the Pro? No, Flex. Mr. Buddy heater Flex. Winter's coming. Maybe nuclear winter, hopefully not. But it's good to have alternative heat sources. I mean, I do have that thing. Essential air, but you know, we did the Solo stove, Mesa. We did the cheapest stove on Amazon, the little camp stove, and here's a nice another little stove. It'll take these, but I also have the kit wherever I put it. I think it's still in the truck, but it's the hose where you can hook to a 20-pound tank, or you can probably hook it to the 100-pound tank. So let's unbox this and check it out. I've never had one of these before. I've had several LP ones, the Mr. Buddy 5-brick heater. Comes with a battery, so I must have a battery igniter. And the instructions. Is it in here sideways? No. Alright. And forgive being inside here, the camera's probably gonna be a little dark. It's windy as crap outside, and it's actually pretty chilly today. Alright, so that's just open right there. Right in the back. There's a little door right here. Which I don't know what that's for. It looks like a bleeding valve. I bet it's the battery right here, which apparently takes a screwdriver. Then the door on this side, which is a blank spot. I guess you could, if you had a smaller hose that you're running to your tank, you could coil it up in there. Whatever you want to do. Got a handy handle on the top. Got some metal things here. It looks like it's for maybe a strap. They had a backpack for it at the store. It's my friend's store, Hopper's Hardware. If you guys watch from different countries or stuff, you won't know. But they, you know, I inquired about it, so they ordered me one. I'm probably not going to get the backpack because it's just going to be for here. I don't know. Could throw it in a truck, hunting, I'm not sure yet. But like I said, I want alternative heat sources. There's the electric button. It's got the swivel, your regulator swivels. You can screw your bottle in, swivel it down out of the way. This one only takes one bottle. I think the Big Buddies, they had the Big Buddies take the 2 bottles, but I don't care about that because my main one is, I got 4 100-pound tanks and like 4 or 5 20-pound tanks. So I'm not too crazy about that. Just want to figure out what I need to put the battery in. Battery cover. Aha. So right here on your side, surely that is not the battery cover. It looked like it's showing that brass fitting. It is fairly dark, sorry about that. I'll try to get some light. I think the instructions was showing that is the battery cover. I really don't believe that. I feel like it's in here. Let's double check. Yeah. Also, the battery they supplied, I'm actually going to put an Energizer Max. They supplied a... I have no idea. Something. Alright. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to take this screw out. I didn't want to mess with that brass fitting. I don't know if it'd be like an adjustment for the heater or whatnot. I really don't want to mess with that. I have no idea what's going on here. What is this? What is the weirdest whatever cover thing? Aha! There's the battery. Alright, it's in this thing. I didn't read the instructions, but it's got some weird... Oh, are you serious? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just pulled on it and it opens and comes up. Whatever. That's just that's how it goes, you know. Alright. Anyways, so I got one of these tanks. I don't know how much is in there. Should be a decent amount. Just be careful with your threads. You never want to mess your threads up. I do have, like I said, I have the hose kit for this. It's a black rubber hose kit, and I did order a filter that goes in between the hose and this, because from what I hear, the hoses can degrade and leach the hose material into your heater. Alright, so now we got the destructions on the back. Oh, it's just a different language. So we got ignition, push in, turn to there. Yeah, so that's, you gotta push in a little bit. You turn it over to your pilot. Hold it in for a little bit. Do your ignition. It's starting to flame up a little bit. Let me get you over here. It's I guess it's got to get the air out of the system. If you can see down in there, there's a little square right here. And then you can see the little blue flame. Oh. Keep it held in for a little bit. It's got to, there we go. It has to kind of heat that little tip up. So now we're good. Sometimes it's a pain. What you're going to do is you're going to push in, turn, hold it in, push your button. I usually hold in for just a tiny bit and then hit the button, and you got to do it for a little bit just to get the air and everything out of the line. And then you just keep it held while it's lit for a tiny bit till it heats that end up and it releases the fuel. Then we can push in, and there you go, that's your instructions. You should be able to push this in, and there we go. Don't push it in all the way, just turn it a little bit. And then here we go. Lighten up. That's pretty neat. It has like there's some kind of like a wire mesh or a mesh on there that lights up. It's not a flame like the other ones just have a flame that goes up. This one kind of has a nice glow. And it put out some heat. It's got the cage, a nice cage. It's metal, which that's hot right up here. Ooh, man, that's way hot right there. You can feel the heat coming right here. You can feel the heat coming off of it. But yeah, that's it. Then you can crank it all the way up and you hear it eating that fuel up. There it is. We're giving the mess in the house. I've been working on it, so there's tools everywhere and stuff. Alright, let's do a test. Let's turn it sideways. Oh, there you go. Just make sure you turn your knob off so you ain't spewing gas. But yeah, just a slight tip and it turned right off. Let's make sure I can turn it back on. See, it lights up much faster now once you have it primed. Oop, and there you go. Not bad. Alright, also has accessory mode lighting instructions. Push control now. Oh, there's accessories. I don't have the accessories, but it does have accessory, ignite pilot, and accessory on. That must be what that little door is for. It's a plug-in for an accessory. I think I saw like a little cook surface or whatnot you can plug into it. So, but you're gonna need the bigger tank. That little tiny tank won't last long. I don't know the numbers on it or anything. I used to have a 2-burner one that took a 20-pound tank, and I think on one burner is 60 hours on a 20-pound tank, and 2-burner was 30, I believe. And this is, it's not really a burner. It's more of a, what you call that? Like a, kind of like one of them lanterns that have that cloth that heats up, but that's more of a metal. So it should radiate heat a little better than just a flame and it going. So, let me know what you think about the Flex. I think it's pretty neat. I thought it was a different one. I think there's a Pro version that you can cook on top. But yeah, that's what that little door is for. This little tiny I guess it's like a quick connect. Has a little lobe right there in the air. So you click into it. Oh wait, let's look on the box. So, alright. Yeah, here you go. There is there's like a cooktop thing, which is, I don't know. I don't think I'd be interested in that. I'm interested in just the heat part. Oh, and it looks like it goes underneath. Does it sit on top? Yeah, it looks like it clips on top. Has little arms that flip up and locks underneath of it. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that, but the heat, yeah. So, and I guess if you had to, you could use a long lighter to light it, but the batteries last a long time on these igniters. So, let me know what you think about it. I feel like it's pretty neat. It's not. It's sort of heavy, but it's something that you're not really gonna backpack with or anything like that. And, you know, car camping, hunting blind. I got it for, you know, power outage. I can run the hose. It's a long hose, so I could leave the tank outside. Is usually the best bet, everybody says, but you know, I've had them inside. You know, my big heater. It's just safety. You know, make sure it's set it on a rock or something, or not much can go wrong with the tanks really, but shit happens, you know. So that's about it on that. I mean, it's mainly metal, which I like that. You know, the handle's plastic. And then it has them little loop things where you can put like a strap. The wick, I'm gonna call it a wick. The heating surface is pretty well shielded. It's square, you know, it's kind of compact. It's got vents around it. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it will take them small tanks in a hurry. You can slap them in there, or, you know, you got the hose. I think the hose is like 20 foot, so that's pretty long. You can run it out a window and then, you know, seal under the window. So always have multiple heating sources, especially if you're in a really cold area. We're not in a really cold area. We do get cold, but usually not real long. I think the longest was like a month, and then we warmed up a tiny bit. So if you're in a place that's super cold, just, you know, you can go on Facebook and find them 20-pound tanks that people were just getting rid of because they're all rusted and crap, and just take them to an exchange place and exchange it, because they don't care. Dollar store, Walmart, something like that. I'll take a beat-ass container and then give you a brand new one. You know, the alternative is you have to send it off and get tested, and, you know, or buy a brand new one. Don't worry about that. A lot of people don't realize that. So keep yourself like four of them tanks. And if you can see in the forecast it's gonna get cold, make sure they're topped off. I think I have like 2 that's topped off, and then 2 that's not, maybe. Oh, I have 5. So then once it warms up again here in a week, I'll get the other 2 topped off. So, alright guys, do like and subscribe. Let me know if you have one of these flexes. If you use it a lot, you know, I don't know, hunting, ice fishing. It was pretty quiet. Like, it doesn't have a fan, but the heat over top was a lot. So if you had a little 12-volt fan that you get set up on top of the handle part and just blow across, you know, but it seems pretty decent. Like I said, I haven't had any of the buddy ones. I know there's a tiny one, just a little tiny one that sits on top of the tank, just a little round one. Then they got the buddy with the single tank, and then they got the buddy big buddy. It takes two of the cylinders on each side, plus you can run a hose to it if you want. Then they have this flex. I think there's a pro for some reason, but I'm not sure. Alright, I got stuff in the smoker, and just a bunch of little beef tips and strips just to make some little, and some kielbasa sausage. That's what was expensive now. Just to get it smoked. So I need to get this mess cleaned up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Not sure what. It's pretty poops out right now. It's cold, but it's just windy. That's the problem. Like, the cold's not bad, but that wind just whipping is just annoying. Yeah, we're not really set up here in the south for super cold, so, but it's not bad. So, All right, stay safe, stay warm, and you know, stay a little prepared. I know it's a touchy subject, but it's part of homesteading. I did see a comment one time. Someone was looking for a homesteading video channel that wasn't into like prepared or like religious, you know, Christian. And you know, homesteading is basically you're striving to be self-sufficient, which is basically prepping. So that's weird. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on anything in the video, and I'll catch you guys later.